the NCAA may be finally forced to pay college athletes directly. No. We're not talking about NIL money. That's something completely different. We're talking about payments directly from the school or university itself. Let's get into it. Imagine being a college athlete and getting a check from your university that you play for, one of the biggest Power 5 schools, or even some of the mid-majors or some of the lower Division I schools. It doesn't matter. Here today, what's going on is a massive, massive game changer because of all of this one lawsuit called House v. NCAA. House v. NCAA. NCAA is the organization that actually controls and organizes college sports and college athletics, and they put in the rules and regulations about and dictate what an athlete can receive and how they can't receive it and what they can and cannot do. They put all the regulations in place. So this been a long-standing rule here that if you're in college, you cannot get paid until the famous Supreme Court case that hit Austin v. NCAA back in 2021, when the United States Supreme Court ruled that, hey, you know what? The NCAA restricting college athletes who perform their student athlete labor, restricting them from getting proper compensation violates the United States Sherman Act or the antitrust law. So that opened up the floodgates in 2021 for the NIL to come in. And let me just briefly explain, a lot of people have a lot of confusion of what the NIL is. NIL just simply means name, image, and likeness. Name, image, and likeness. That's all NIL means. And basically it's just saying that whatever brand out there, you name it, from your soft drink brands to your clothing brands to your shoe brands, food brands, etc., they can use a college athlete's name, their image, or their likeness to promote their brand in exchange for payment. That was big along in 2021 when the Supreme Court ruled, said, hey, no, these athletes, they can go out and get brand deals. However, that still didn't force the universities to do anything. It just allowed certain star athletes who had basically commercial power and a big following on social media or what have you to allow them to get brand deals. But however, that wasn't enough. A lot of proponents have been arguing for years that, hey, these student athletes, they're going to your schools and they're working out and going to practice and doing these things for 4 to 5 hours a day, almost like a regular person who works a part-time or sometimes even a full-time job for the amount of work that some of these athletes put in, and they're doing it for the benefit of that particular university. So many people felt like, hey, these people should get paid. Some people say, no. If they get paid, it's going to end the whole amateurism aspect of college athletics and doing it for the love of the game. I'm sure you guys have certainly heard that. But, this is different. This is big. This new case, House v. NCAA, there's been a lawsuit. And one of the things about the lawsuit is stating that no, not just for NIL, student athletes who are big enough to get brand deals. They said, no, every athlete on this team that's basically playing for this university should be getting paid. In particular, revenue sharing. That's what the actual lawsuit is about. It's about revenue sharing. And there are several proposed settlement terms, of which Judge, I think her name is Wilken. Judge Wilken has approved some of the pre-approval settlement terms. It hasn't been finalized. Her final ruling is going to come next month in April. That is going to be big. So I'll do a follow-up video on that. However, let me just break down some of these things because this is key in the world of college sports. Now, let me just say this. Pre this case, if you are a university, you still could not pay. As of today, you cannot pay directly any college athlete. You just can't do it. There's no law in place for that. However, the way some of these athletes were getting paid, as I mentioned earlier, was the NIL deals. And the NCAA used to preclude them from doing that, but now they can't stop a star athlete in college from getting a deal with your favorite fast food companies or your favorite drink companies or what have you, right? And sometimes most universities have these things called the NIL collectives, which is typically comprised of a bunch of alumni from the university, a bunch of boosters who will put money into this organization of the collectives, and then you would have these alumni people donate money to that, and they would use that money to pay the students to come to the university. However, the thing was, you can never pay someone to say, hey, here's some NIL money to come play for our school. That would be a violation of the current NIL deals that's in place. However, one of the things that a lot of the athletic directors are doing now at these universities is they're saying, hey, instead of giving money to the NIL collectives where you get your tax breaks, just give it directly to the school now if this settlement goes through. Which again, this settlement is going to be ruled to go through here. Let's see here, April 7th. April 7th, the judge is going to rule, right? So we're going to see what's going to happen in that ruling, but this is big. You guys tell me what you think. Do you think college athletes should get paid? Well, per this ruling here on coming next month, April 7th, I think it is. My dates may be off by a day or two, but it's sometime in early April that this could be the thing. And one of the things that they're highlighting and say, no, forget NIL money, because an alumni or a booster could give money to the university, and that is still a tax write-off. So you don't have to give money directly to the NIL collectives anymore, which is why a lot of universities are shutting their NIL collectives down. I think you've seen about 4 to 5 major schools shut their NIL collectives down because the athletic director of the university was saying, hey, you know what, just give money directly to the university. And then if this settlement goes through that we're talking about right now, we can actually just use that to pay the athletes directly, providing this goes through. And one of the issues, one of the key points of the settlement here is that it states that the universities will be required to set aside anywhere between $20 and $30 million of revenue. I think it says, as of right now, like I said, the details are sketchy because it hasn't been finalized, but it's been talks that in the pre-approval of the proposed settlement issues that they want to set anywhere between 22% of their revenues that the university receives to pay back to the student athletes. So imagine you being an 18, 19-year-old freshman, sophomore, junior, 21 years old, and you're getting a check from a university for $30,000, being a quarterback, $50,000 a year, $100,000, whatever it is. I know for me as a student, I had $0. It was tough for me, but these student athletes can now go to these universities and directly be getting a check. This is going to affect recruiting. This is going to affect, everything around the whole thing around college sports as we know it. Some of the issues is going to be who gets paid what. Now, I'll let them work that out. I won't delve too much in that, but I know a lot of people are going to be complaining about who gets what. Like, should the football team, if the university is known for football, should they get paid more? Should the basketball player, if you're a starter, should you get paid more? If you're female sports or, some sports are bigger, however they delve into it, this is going to be interesting. But this is the proposal. So these teams are going to have a salary cap of around $22 million a year to pay these athletes. That is going to start all kind of recruitment wars and potential issues like smaller schools and stuff like that. But this is crazy. Are we witnessing the beginning of a new era of college sports or amateurism? If they start getting paid, like this settlement is trying to assert, if they start getting paid, do you still call this amateurism? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Hit me back. Let me know. And by the way, when this deal is finalized next month in April, I'll do a follow-up video to give you break down the terms. But you tell me. Here's my prediction. This case is going to change everything for college athletics as we know it. However, So you just tell me what you think about this. You know, should they be getting paid directly as 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22-year-old football players, basketball players, track, swimming, polo, whatever? You know, you tell me what you think. I predict, here's my prediction. I don't do a lot of predictions, but here's my prediction. I predict that this settlement will probably go through, and you'll start seeing schools offering a lot of these star players six figures. And this is in addition to whatever the star players NIL money they are getting. But this is huge. That's what I think. It's your brother, Attorney Jeff. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think. Like and comment, subscribe, and also hit the links below. If you, like I said, I am a sports entertainment attorney here in Los Angeles. If you got any questions about any of this, hit me up in the comments. Let me know below, and I'll try to get back with you. All right, it's your brother, Attorney Jeff.